Hello everybody, welcome back to another video. This is OhDough++ speaking, and today we're going to be doing something a little different. We're going to be talking about all the Helldivers drama. There's so much shit going on. What's going on with our game, boys? This shit's sad to see, you know. I've been playing this game since, I'd say, March of last year. And, I mean, the game's come a long way. We went from having no content to having, like, all bad guns to, you know, having everything nerfed to everything being buffed. I've seen the Shriekers come in when they first got introduced into the game. No one thought they were real. I remember back when we were all fighting on Malevelon Creek, and ever since, I would say, the Hive Worlds came out, the game has, well, it's surprising because it reached one of its highest peaks in recent memory, and despite that, and despite it going on Xbox, coming out with the Halo Warbond, one of the most requested things in the whole game since launch, despite all that, despite them adding the Hive Worlds cave missions, they had a hard like push for those brief few weeks, and despite all that, everything's coming down very bad. And there's a lot of reasons as to why, a lot of drama, a lot of things going wrong, and I just want to cover it. And let's go ahead and get into it. To start, we're going to talk about our good old-fashioned favorite Helldivers YouTuber, BuzzLiteBeer. First off, he's one of the first YouTubers you're going to see when you search up Helldivers content. He's one of the front faces of the Helldivers community, and he got banned from the Propaganda Commanders. If you don't know what the Propaganda Commanders are, they're basically like a group of players and YouTubers choosing from the community to be a bridge for communication between the community and the developers, so they know what the game needs, what's going wrong with the game, etc. And he got kicked from it for covering false news. It's not like he made the news himself or tried to spread false narratives. He just covered the fact that other people were. He was requested to take this small snippet out of a video.
Certain YouTube channels thrive on this cycle too. Oh, we're circling back. Churning out AI-generated thumbnails with all caps titles about massive engine updates based on absolutely nothing. It's manufactured hype for algorithm engagement, plain and simple. And full stop here, by the way, I did check YouTube with that exact title description, which shows up here with the following results. Interesting. Anyways, moving on.
Despite him not wanting to, because he felt as if that was kind of being controlling of his character and controlling of his content, and he didn't want to have other people, tell him what he can and can't post. Which, by the way, what he did wasn't even a problem to begin with. So they just said, you're not going to be involved with this, and he gets perks for being in that. He gets war bonds early. He gets the ability to play and show off content early. And he gets to experience content before we do, and he knows when shit's going to come out, so he's prepared to release. He can set his sleep schedule around it and everything. And he decided that he'd rather not be a part of it anyway because of that. And, it's just kind of crazy that they're shutting out members of the community. That's like gatekeeping people and choosing who you want to be vocal for your audience, and that's not good. That's shutting out people like the casual person like me, who has a lot of problems with the game, is not going to get heard because the only people who listen are these YouTubers and us, them listening to us in the comment section. It's really sad to see that, but he's going to be doing his thing, and I'm sure he's going to be fine. There's a lot of new games coming out anyway. So that's the first thing that is starting to cause players to bleed out. I mean, a lot of people follow him and like him and respect him, and they just thought that the developers did him dirty. So a lot of people are pointing the finger at Arrowhead and not happy with Arrowhead right now. There's a YouTuber named Takibo who made a video called "Why is everyone quitting Helldivers 2 temporarily?" And to be honest, his video was kind of made me sad, man. I can't imagine this position he's in and the situation he's in and how he feels. So basically, YouTube is this man's main source of income. His wife's not working, and she's 8 months pregnant, and so he's got a baby on the way, and his main source of income is Helldivers content, and he can't even play it. He's had 50 hard locks since the Hive Lord update, and he hasn't really been able to play the game. He's feels like he's not able to make videos. He's working with Arrowhead to solve the problem, and they can't even get it fixed for him. They can't even get him in the game or get the game to run well, or issues with his graphics card not to occur. It's a sad situation, and he thinks he has to quit the game right now because if he doesn't, his computer's going to be fried because he spent $2,000 on his graphics card, and he doesn't have money to just throw around his graphics card, and people's PCs are getting fried. If you've seen OhDough's video, you know that OhDough's PC got hard locked and it's frozen. It wouldn't turn on, and people's graphics cards are getting fucked up. This is insane. A lot of games that have had issues like this, they didn't last long. They got taken offline, or they weren't available for purchase, shit like that. And this game's still going like nothing's ever happened, and for this to be occurring is insane. People's graphics card, people's CPUs, people's SSDs. Every part of your PC is at risk playing this game, and that's just sad. It's dangerous. And for a $40 game to be like that, I wouldn't buy it, man. And now CloudPlays can't even play the game on his PC because every time he tries to launch the game, it detects malware for his PC and thinks he's using some sort of cheats. The game has an anti-cheat. A PvE game has an anti-cheat. Why? And the game already runs bad. It already has bad file size and duplicated files. Why would you have like an unnecessary anti-cheat? People can't log into the game because of an anti-cheat? What the fuck is that? Now people are playing on PlayStation, which is fine. Runs a lot better, but I mean, geez, man. And then we have Eravin. This guy is just a saint. I watched all of his Warbond videos because he usually had them out before other people did, and they were high quality. And he gets a lot of views for Helldivers. He claimed that he gets 1 million a month, which is great. It's a lot of eyes on the game, a lot of eyes on Arrowhead, and despite that, he wasn't chosen to be a part of the creator program. And apparently, he voiced his opinion with a couple other YouTubers who were a part of the program, and they spoke out for him. And for some reason, he didn't get a part of it. And, if it was just whatever, he's not going to get a part of it, that's that. And, he would have just accepted that. But for some reason, they messaged him saying, like, you're on the list, like, we plan to get to you eventually. And they dragged it for a year and a half, blueballed him for a year and a half. And, you know, and he stayed persistent with it, considering the fact that he wanted to get ahead of the community. He wants to post the war bonds before other people do. He wants to let people know what's coming before other people do. He wants to experience the shit before other people do. Like I said, he could set his sleep schedule around war bonds coming out. He can be the first to experience the content live stream as soon as it comes out. He can be ready and get early access to shit and be able to play content early just like the other guy, and he never got any like access to that. So respect to him for grinding, and salute to him for staying ahead of the curve despite him not getting the benefits that others have, because I've seen his shit on my recommended all the time, and I've watched plenty of his videos. And just to mention, definitely check out all these guys' channels. I know I'm just some random ass motherfucker who no one knows who I am in the Helldivers community, but check these guys out. These guys are great. I'm sure all of you who are watching this probably already know who all these people are already, or at least one of them. But after being led on like some crazy ex-girlfriend or something for a year and a half, and being like going back and forth with Arrowhead for a year and a half, now he's getting ghosted. Imagine, bro, Arrowhead has gone dead silent for everything, for the performance issues, the Warstriders, sound issues, everything. They've gone so quiet recently. We were promised communication, and all we get is nothing. They're ghosting content creators who help with the content and help with the game and keep the community like in the loop. And it's just sad to see, man. They're silent about updates, patches, everything. All we can get is a little interview about performance and the file size. We don't really care about that. I mean, we just fix it. We don't care about the whys. Just do it. Just fix it. You know what I'm saying? The game is in such a weird spot because you have players like me who've been playing since day one, who have everything unlocked, who don't get anything for playing anymore, just the experience itself. You have the brand new Xbox players who are just starting to get their hands on everything and like, unlock all the ship upgrades, etc. And it's just sad because they have to either cater to players like me and keep adding content, which keeps the game fresh, keeps us coming back, keeps the player numbers jumping high every content drop. But that adds to the PC file size, which is 150 gigabytes, which is insane. I guess there's a video detailing as to why that is on the Arrowhead channel, but like I said, we don't really care about why it's the case. You guys shot yourself in the foot by making the file size this bad in the first place. And on top of that, they're the ones who kept adding the content over and over again. If they just slowed down the pace, which I know is going to make us take a break, but a lot of us always come back. A lot of players left. They came back for the Illuminate Super Earth invasion. A lot of players left. They came back for the Hive World missions. They need to have faith in their player base and not be greedy and just work it out, you know? But not everyone's going to stick around. You're going to see some people go, but a lot of us will come back and they just got to focus on that. But that'll make us leave for a little bit, but I don't know. They got to figure something out because this, we got performance issues on PC. I have a lot of people on my Discord who don't play Helldivers because they can't. It just runs like ass. And then for me, Warstriders brick my like oh my god, don't get me started, bro. Warstriders, them shooting their 30 fucking grenades, it crashes my game. It makes my frames drop like crazy. Um when stingrays fly by, my frame rate drops like crazy. I'm on PS5, by the way. Bugs are probably the most chill, but I don't know. I mean, you get an impaler, a bio titan, a charger, a horde of bugs, your game's gonna drop down to 30, 40 frames. That's not that bad, but because, you know, as long as we're in the 30, 60 range for us console players, most of us, that's fine. But it runs bad, man. It stutters. Like, the frame drops in this game are not nothing. And it's just sad to see. I can't play the game. I crash a lot. Luckily, they got a good system in place where I can join back all the matches I get kicked from or lag out from. But I don't know. You know how much time you waste doing all these missions just for like a game to crash or hosts to disconnect, etc. 40 minutes of your day, and like, it's almost an hour. And that's I don't know. I hate games that waste my time. As adults, we don't got time to waste. We got to chill, go to sleep, go to work chill, and that's it. Our time to chill, we want to chill, not fucking like in Space Marine are waiting for fucking loading screens, and Helldivers we're getting kicked from matches and wasting 40 minutes of our time. I don't know, man. It's getting old. It's getting kind of sick. After the update where they buffed every single support weapon, every stratagem, every almost every primary, the game was in a very, very good spot. And right now, you can still use a lot of shit, but they've added more and more enemies to kind of negate the ability to use whatever you want. So we'll start with the bugs. The bugs, we got the dragons, and like I don't know what that is, man. I think it's super cool. I think it's super fun to fight. I think it's one of the most epic like encounters you can get in Helldivers, but realistically, it has too much health. I've You can put 3 shots of a recoilless rifle into it, it won't die. That's nuts. Sometimes you can do that with the Bile Titan, but it's way less often. If you're hitting in that face, it's gonna die. any for a Bio Titan, and for this, it's not the case. It takes 2 to 3 spear shots. That's too much. And for how agile, mobile it is, and how fast it kills you, you'd think it would have less health than a Bio Titan because it's slower, more of a tank. That just makes sense. But for some reason, I don't know. That is, like I said, misbalanced, unbalanced, and I don't like it. The fire damage, it cooks you. It can hit you in the head, which isn't fair at all. Why can fire headshot you? I mean, there's a lot with the wings. You can turn him into Swiss motherfucking cheese, and he'll still fly. Like, there's no aerodynamics at that point. How are you in the air, motherfucker? Using the autocannon or the grenade launcher should be a really great method to killing the thing, just by taking its wings out. But for some reason, it's not. I don't have much more to say about the bugs. I really don't have many problems with the bugs. I mean, I think we all can agree that the breacher bugs, the ones that crawled underground, those were terrible, and they're getting reworked for a reason, so I won't even speak on them. I hate, I hate dealing with stalkers, but I think we all do, and that's why we all lock down on the nest. And the nest is a good way to balance it out because you can get rid of them. They're not like just there forever. And that's why a lot of people recommended adding a nest to kill the dragons. Like a dragon nest, maybe the spawn rates increase closer to them, but they come in way too often. From difficulty 6 to 7, that's insane, man. How are you gonna play difficulty 6 to 7 with dragons on it? It's just not possible. I mean, that'd be a lot easier and a lot more manageable because there's way less hordes to deal with, but the point is, stalkers have a counter, dragons really don't, and that's a problem. At least with the Bile Titan, it has a second stage where you can blow out its ink sac and it won't vomit acid on you anymore. Dragon does not have anything like that where you can ground it, make it stop spitting fire, nothing. There are plenty bugs with missions. I mean, sometimes you can't use the terminal. Sometimes you need to call something down. It won't give you the option to call it down. You call down something to use. It doesn't let you, like, it spawns underground. Sometimes the extraction spawns underground. The drills, Hivebreaker drill missions, or uh, the normal drill missions. Sometimes the oil fill missions, like, they all bug out sometimes, and you waste so much time trying to complete them, and that's fucking retarded. The only real issues with bugs I could think about, like glitches, were when you kill an impaler and its tongue is already in the ground, sometimes it'll still strike you. That doesn't really make sense. Sometimes it dies, sometimes it doesn't. I hate that inconsistency. And when there's a bug hole and for some reason there's the ground is like inside of it. So you can't kill it with a grenade, you have to hit it with like an airstrike or a 500. I don't know if that's a intention or not, but I think it's stupid. It shouldn't be like that. They already have the big ones where you are forced to use big things anyway, so I don't get the point of that. For the Illuminate, the flesh mobs, they're still going through the ground. They're still phasing through walls. It's bullshit. The hitboxes are ridiculous for flesh mobs. Their arms are nowhere near me, and I'm getting bulldozed like it's nothing. I feel like they spawn too many. There should be a weak spot for them. Let me take out their legs or something. I like being able to take them out with basically anything, but sometimes it takes too much fucking time or too much ammo. I think elevated overseers shoot too often. I get blasted by them. It's bullshit. I hate it. I think stingrays are pretty fair, pretty easy to kill, but the one problem with them is that they completely erase the ability to do stealth runs. They spot you no matter where you are on the map. They just come after you no matter what you're doing. They won't stop spawning. They spawn randomly. There's no warning. I mean, there needs to be a ship facility, just like for there is for the bots. For some reason, pyrotech grenades can't destroy warp ships anymore. They used to be able to in one, but now it takes a shit ton of them. I don't know why. I think in any game where you lose control of your character, it's just not fun being ragdolled around and beat up to death while you're on the ground. I mean, it might be funny the first few times, but after a while, it gets pretty fucking old, and it's really annoying having to sprint away from overseers and being smacked by on the ground, even though they didn't hit you. Flesh mobs running at you, knocking you on the ground, even though they didn't hit you. But that'll bring me to my next point: the automatons with the Warstriders. With most enemies in the automaton faction and Helldivers too, they have a reliable weak spot. All the Striders have a joint spot to shoot off to break off their legs. The Hulks have the eyeballs. The gunships have the exhausts to shoot with the medium pen. Every enemy has a reliable weak spot. And then that's when the Warstriders come in. They have vents on the back, just like the tanks and the cannon turrets, but it's just for show. It doesn't have any less armor than the rest of the body. So the whole body is completely like heavy pen. You need explosions. You have to have the recoilless rifle and the thermite. And this highlights a key issue with Helldivers balancing. And it forces you to have anti-tank weapons. On the back of the cover, of Helldivers 2, it talks about you have overpowered weapons. That's a big thing everyone's talking about. But it doesn't really apply to the game. None of these weapons are actually overpowered. And you can't actually kill the thing without the auto, like using the autocannon takes 10 plus shots. I'm good. I'm not trying to use that shit. The railgun, not the best option. You have to have the recoilless rifle, Quasar, spear, and I don't know. It's kind of lame that after one big patch where they did so well, they take it all back with this, and that highlights a big issue with weapon balancing. But before we get into weapon balancing, I really would like you guys to check out this clip, and this will prove my point as to why the Warstriders are just absolutely bullshit. Quickly, I'll get into support weapons. So, first thing I'd say, why can't the anti-material rifle take out bug holes? I'm not sure if they can take out fabricators, but I know they can't take out warp ships or bug holes. That's pretty fucking stupid. The railgun is inconsistent as fuck. I don't know how people are getting kills with it, but I think it needs a rework or a buff or something. This spear needs a better lock-on feature, without a doubt, or one more rocket. I think the Wasp is fine. Everything else here is fine. I think this rocket pod should be more consistent. That'd be nice. I think the rail cannon strike needs a better lock-on feature. I mean, it hits whatever the fuck it wants, and it obviously there's certain things that are bigger than what it decides to hit. Orbital laser, sometimes it hits nothing. It drags. It wastes all its time trying to hit enemies. It needs a rework ASAP. Arc needs, I don't know. Arc needs a lot, bro. I'm not even gonna. I don't even know what to say. I barely use it, but I just see people killing teammates more than anything with it. Turrets, all these turrets are fine. I mean, I don't think these should stun you as much as they do. Makes them kind of useless. They need to figure out what acid is, or caustic, chemical, whatever. It feels useless to me. You know, a lot of people are gonna say blasphemy. Dog breath is fine, but the sterilizer itself, I don't know, bro. I don't know what the fuck that is. There needs to be more control with the hover pack. I hate just being able to just descend down slowly. I can't choose when I go down. That'd be very nice. The true flag is useless. It's a literal meme. Let it give you a buff, whether that be reload speed, walking speed, within a certain radius of those who are holding it. I don't know who recommended that idea, but it's a good idea. The K9 needs to shoot more often or be more accurate and not kill me so fucking often. This gun sucks. That's all I'm gonna say. Give it like rounds reload, or it has rounds reload, right? So give it the thing that when you shoot the whole magazine, it reloads all of it in one. That'd be nice. Why does this explode and overheat when it... I mean, overheating is fine. Why does it explode on fire? That's stupid. Makes me not want to use it. Why can't this take out bug holes? That's pretty fucking lame. Solo Silo is amazing and underrated as fuck. If you check out my shorts, you'll know why. But the little rocket thing that holds the rocket, that gets killed way too fucking fast. If it's gonna die that fast, it needs to blow up on death, or it needs to not die that fast, so I can actually use the fucking thing. So, I think the primaries need a lot of looking at, man. It's a lot I gotta talk about here. So we got the Liberator. It's literally pointless now. The Liberator is 80 damage, 45 capacity, 640 fire rate. Liberator Carbine is 80 damage, 60 capacity, 920 fire rate. Same damage, same capacity once you get the drum mag on it. And the fire rate's just better. It's just a better version of the Liberator. There's no reason for that gun to exist anymore. They need to buff the damage. I think this gun sucks. This gun is cool, but it got completely outclassed by this. It has a bigger magazine, more damage, actually the same damage, but it has a higher fire rate, so it's just better. So they need to buff the Killzone Assault Rifle, the STA, do something to it, whether if it's make it medium or give it more damage per shot, because its tenderizer is really good. I love this gun. The Adjudicator's fine. Pacifier, on bugs, I have success with it, but I mean, I don't know. It needs a damage buff, or it needs to stun, actually reliably stun, and put things in place. The Coyote outshines everything. I don't want it nerfed, though. I think they should bring this gun's damage up. I think they should bring this gun's damage up to at least 65 or 60 with the Liberator Penetrator. That would make sense. And then bring this damage up. Bring this damage up. At least make this comparable to the Tenderizer, but the Tenderizer will shoot faster. So it'll just be better, but this one will have the ability to put a bigger magazine. That's a decent balance. I heard this gun needs stripper clips, and it needs to shoot faster, but overall, you have this. It's just better than this. It's faster, has more damage. The Constitution between the Diligence Counter Sniper, yeah, the Counter Sniper just has more damage. It shoots faster. It's a DMR version of this, which is a bolt action. It needs to have more damage per shot, at least 300. Nope, 400, because this is 300, and this would just be a better version of this still. That's big problem. A lot of guns are just replacements and better versions of another one. And to me, I don't see the purpose of this, because this is just stronger and medium. Has slightly more magazines and has a bigger magazine size, but I don't see the point in using it. They need to buff the damage per shot if it's going to be light. Maybe make this heavy. Make it slower. The STA SMG was cool, but now it's worse than the Knight. Same damage, smaller magazine, higher fire rate, just like before. Completely pointless and outclassed. The one good SMG that they put in the game is two-handed. What was the point? Why'd you put it in the game if you weren't even gonna have it fulfill the purpose that these SMGs do? The Halo SMG is just worse than the Knight. It needs a rework.
and it's worse than the STA. It's just same magazine, slower, more damage. Suppressors don't do anything. The sound radius for the gun is 33 meters, and so is every other gun in the game. Honestly, I think it could you do with a slightly higher fire rate, and same with the Defender. I don't think anyone uses either of these guns. This is just worse than this. It's just worse than the other two SMGs. It's worse than the Reprimand. And the Pummeler, it doesn't really stun the way it should. I mean, the concussive rounds are fine, but I'd rather it do it faster. Wouldn't it be good if you could concuss faster, if the damage is going to be lower? The Halt does 385 damage, it's medium, and has 80 fire rate. This does 405 damage, which is good. You know, the light version should do more damage if it's not going to be able to penetrate. Reward accuracy. That makes sense. Medium version is 280, so once again we have another shotgun that is just simply better. And you can switch between the light and medium rounds in order to get 32 bullets in your magazine instead of 16. The Halo shotgun has the highest damage with light, and it has 6 rounds in the magazine. Please give this gun more bullets. I hate using this thing. And I don't know if anyone even uses the spray and pray, because it's just worse than this. It shoots slightly faster, but this one shoots fire. I don't know. It needs a buff of some sort. I think the fire rate would be great. Maybe give it like a square drum, make it 50, something. Puncture Plasma's cool. I don't really have much to say about it. I wish it did more damage per shot when I land on impact, but it is explosive. This gun is so cool, but you have 9 shots in the magazine, and you have 3-round bursts. You shoot 3 times, you reload, you shoot 3 times, reload, shoot 3 times, reload, you're out of ammo. That is insane. It doesn't even do that much damage. And you have to charge it up to get your shots off. It's not a reliable weapon. They need to add more bullets to it. 3-round bursts, you shoot 3 times. All the kills on weapons need a buff. It's fine. I wish it did more damage per shot. 55 is an insane number, but it does have infinite ammo and heat, so I guess free balance works out. But I think 60 should be the standard. Though I don't know how much damage the tap fire shots do, but to me it feels like just a better version of the Scorcher. You can shoot it faster to get more damage out quicker. You can charge it up to do more damage per shot and save more ammo. Torture's cool, no complaints about that. The variable, very good weapon, no complaints there. And the Dominator, this one, oh man, the way it kicks around, it feels so funky. I wish it shot faster and was a little more accurate. Able to heal yourself with the stim pistol, and because otherwise I feel like it's kind of useless. The melee weapons are a gimmick. They need to make them more different. Some of them are exactly the same. The Halo pistol is shit. I don't really know how else to tell you. It's better than the default pistol. It has 3 less bullets, but it does more damage, and it has the same fire rate. 3 less bullets is not really going to change much. I don't know. You're not going to use either of these weapons anyway. They need to do something to these pistols. Bug holes, if you've seen the impacts and what these things can do, you will 100% know why I say that. I think dynamite should be more capable than they are. They should be able to do what thermites do, but not stick. Knives are gimmick. Make them useful. Armor. I think we all like armor in this game, but we don't want passives locked the way the armors look anymore. Let us customize the way we look while being able to choose whatever passive we want. I hate not being able to wear what I want because of a specific mission I'm doing. And to make matters even worse, look at this. Let's say I want to wear the Gold Eagle armor, this beautiful orange. The armor I could wear with it is Gold Eagle, because if I go for something else that's orange, it's going to be the wrong shade of orange. Look at that. Nothing else matches. Okay, look at this tan, right? That's the wrong tan. It's too bright. That's too dark. That's just right, but that's the right armor. Like, there's no browns or tans that matches with it besides that one. That one kind of does. But you see my point? They need to figure that out.